We'll see what kind of mood the Porgies are in today. It's time to get scupped up. I want that trigger. I want to get triggered on the Blackhawk. I get offended easily.
If you're going to explore the party boat fishing culture that's alive and well in the Northeast, then you have to make room for porgy fishing. Scup, as a Cape Codder would refer to the porgy, have always been known as a fish that makes for good table fare, that's relatively easy to catch, making them an even better introductory target for children and novices alike. Time to get scupped. I grew up fishing the South Shore of Massachusetts, just outside the Porgies range, which ends at Cape Cod, so I've never actually targeted these fish. Nevertheless, I'm excited to board the Blackhawk II captained by Greg DeBrule to see why fishermen pack on the party boats from Long Island to Hyannis to load up on these saltwater panfish. When I arrived at the dock and waited to board the Blackhawk II, Captain Greg put on a dog and pony, captain show that ended with a full tutorial on how to use conventional gear and other tips to optimize your chances for success. This was followed by an invite to Blackhawk Fishing School, an optional mate-taught hands-on tutorial during the ride out.
Greg, how long have you been doing this for?
I'm on my 53rd year.
Wow.
I'm 71 years old.
Are you kidding me?
No.
What keeps you looking so young? Is it the salt air?
Must be the salt air, I guess. That's what everybody says. I don't know. I don't feel too young sometimes.
Wow.
Been at it a long time.
I would have pegged you upper 50s at worst.
Thank you, man. If you didn't have that beard, I'd kiss you, for God's sake. I wish I was. I got socks older than you.
So what got you into party boat fishing?
I had a charter boat from day one. I mean, I always wanted to do this. That was it. It's a labor of love. If you don't love it, if you don't eat it, sleep it, drink it, you're not going to be successful at it. This boat was built in 2007.
Wow.
And it was a charter boat out of Belmar. And believe it or not, I got it in an auction. We put a lot of money into it.
Yeah.
I changed a lot of things around. I probably spent $175,000 on it. But it's a good boat for this. It's just big enough.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the biggest boat in the fleet. It's only 65 foot.
How many people can you take on this boat?
With COVID, it's changed the whole thing. We used to take 60 people every day, and now we're down to maximum of 40. And last year was even less than that. It was 35. You know, that was the silver lining, because what happened was we found out from our customers that they'd rather pay a little more and have less people on the boat.
Yep.
Less tangles.
Yep.
More fishing time, more fish.
Yep.
The mates make out better.
Yep.
Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
You know, so we carried it into this year. We limit every trip, at least these trips, the bottom trips, to 40 people. Our bass trips, like we got a night bass trip tomorrow night, that's only 20 people.
Wow.
You know, we do an afternoon trip like today from 4 to 9. That's limited just to 30 people. Today we're going to be, it's a porgy trip. I'm sure there'll be a few sea bass involved, maybe some triggerfish, maybe even a fluke or two. The primary goal today is porgies.
So one thing we've learned being on, so many different party boats is every boat has its own vibe. Where would you, how would you paint the vibe of the Blackhawk II?
Oh, high energy. High energy.
Does that come from the helm down?
That starts up here and filters its way down to the deck of the boat.
What advice would you give somebody that has never been on a head boat before, coming for the first time?
We tell everybody, number one, bring a lot of clothes. You get a day like today, it might be hot and muggy on shore. Look at what we got.
Yeah.
Wear sneakers or wear something. Don't wear flip-flops or something, because you get some fish that bite.
Yep.
Don't bring glass. I guess listen to what we say. I mean, we want you to have a good time. Sometimes the people are having a good time by what they catch.
Yeah.
Other people just want to go out. They see some dolphins or something. You get dolphins under the boat, or a submarine goes by, or a sea turtle or whatever. We are in the entertaining business.
Yep.
Flounder, what do you think?
Flounder's chilling.
We gonna catch a few today? Huh? Are we gonna catch some porgies? Speak. Speak. Can you speak? We're gonna catch them? Oh, your tail's wagging. Yeah, you're a
He
good girl.
knows. Cap, thank you.
From my conversation with Greg, it was clear that he aims to create a fun, energetic vibe on the boat. As we pull up to the first spot, I ready my light bottom fishing gear to maximize the fun and get to work filling the vacancy in my cooler.
Okay, folks, drop it down there. Let's see what we got.
So today we're on the Blackhawk II out of Niantic, Connecticut, and we're porgy fishing. We're using clams on a standard high-low rig. I got 25-pound test Seagar inshore and tied up some high-low rigs, basically consisting of a 2-watt octopus hook, little bead. You got a bank sinker on the bottom. I'm gonna start with 8 ounces and see how that holds bottom. And just some very fresh clams that they get from New Bedford is gonna be the rig I start with, and we'll see what kind of mood the porgies are in today. It's time to get scupped up. They're already catching them. We're in about 35 feet of water. Get down the bottom. See how this is feeling with the 8 ounces. It shouldn't take long. There we go. Looks like a scup. Feels like a scup.
Beautiful Scup.
Nice one. All right. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a porgy. You got to be 9 inches, right?
9 inches, correct. That's beautiful.
That's a nice one.
That's a nice sandwich.
That's what we came for. A hand sandwich right there.
That's it.
It's actually a member of the Spiridae family. There's 155 species in that family. This is the one that we typically catch up here in the Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic Bight up through Cape Cod. And they get around, 3 pounds is the biggest. I think the world record's 4 and change, just under 5 pounds. So they're great eating. They got hard scales. There's 155 Spiridae members of that family across 38 genuses. Whatever. It's a porgy. So anytime you get a fish that you're going to keep for the dinner table, you always want to bleed them first. That's important. It keeps the fillets nice and white. Makes a huge difference. And the way I always do it is you reach your hand in here and you just rip a gill like that. Get them on ice. So that thing's going to be nice and tasty when it comes time to prepare it. All right, get baited up again. Spread some clam on like this. Get down there for another one. You can keep 30 porgy. And we have 1. Something tells me it's going to be easy to catch a limit.
Look at this thing, sea bass on the Blackhawk, nice fish. How many you got so far? 2 keepers, right? Look at that. Excellent fishing, guys, excellent fishing.
I think I might have gotten picked clean on that one. I only like the bottom one today. One thing that's great about porgy fishing is the action's pretty fast and furious. They're easy to catch. They make for, oh, missed them. They make for a great beginner species. They're a bottom fish. They fight pretty good for a small fish. And, oh, just came off. I want that first trigger. I want to get triggered on the Blackhawk. I get offended easily. Definitely fun on the conventional stuff, but I'm gonna make a game change. And I'm going to my jig stick. Have some fun. I don't actually. I'm gonna change the jig out and go a little heavier.
All right, so we're halfway into this trip, and I'm thoroughly enjoying the company and the vibe, especially the ongoing entertainment from the captain and crew that has everyone smiling as they reel up porgies and sea bass. While I'm steadily filling the cooler, I'm hoping to hook into something pool-worthy, so I dig into my bag of tricks and challenge myself to make something happen.
So I figured I'd take the opportunity while we have a slack tide to drop the jig down with a teaser and have some fun with the spinning rod. So this is a Spro wavetail grub, 6 inches. Gonna stay with the lime sparkle and see if we can get some sea bass as well as some scup. Put some clam on the teaser. See if this makes a difference in catching some bigger fish. That's a nice one. Since I changed to spinning rod with the bucktail on the bottom and the teaser, the porgy I've hooked have been much bigger. That's a nice one right there. It's going in the box. Bleed them. The thing that's nice about porgies, there's so much you can do with them on the dinner table, from fish tacos to roasting them whole, grilling them whole, you know, fish sticks. You can do a lot with porgy.
You ever eat them raw?
I have had porgy sashimi. Actually, the last time I went sea bassing, I got a couple big ones and made some sashimi with them. They're delicious.
I gotta be honest with you. We eat at a lot of raw bars, and I never tried raw porgies until about 6 years ago.
They're very good.
When I had some, they were friends of mine, and they said, "You never ate them?" And what they did was we bled them, iced them, we filleted them, we put the fillets in the refrigerator to chill them, and then he cut them up.
Yeah.
And passed them out to everybody. And he said to me, "Now listen, don't you be telling everybody about this eating them raw.
Yeah.
You're gonna drive the price of porgies up for us."
Yeah, exactly.
But they are good.
They're very good. It's a very firm sashimi.
Yeah.
They're very good.
How about ceviche? You ever make ceviche with them?
I haven't done that yet. I might make a batch of ceviche with these ones.
Yeah.
We'll have enough to do a whole bunch of different things. That's a nice one. Take those all day long. That's a burrito. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. That one can go back.
Why don't you wind them up? Let me look around here, okay? We're starting to get just a little bit of drift here. Let me see if I can find a pretty good pile of them, you know? Okay, wind them up and bait them up. Okay, make sure you leave your sinkers down on the rail. Don't let the sinkers swing around on the rod tip.
Definitely important when you come on a party boat to dress and bring along plenty of clothing for the elements. You never know how it's going to be just based on what the weather report is from shore. We were looking at overcast but warm. I had a pair of board shorts on. Then we were covered up in fog as soon as we got out here, so it's pretty evident early on that it was going to be a wet day, and when you're fishing bait with clams, you're going to make a mess of yourself, so it was good to bring a pair of these Gore-Tex shell bibs and, you know, something to be able to read and react to the weather situation. Hopefully it warms up a little bit, get back in the summer gear, but for now, it's definitely good to have the proper clothing and footwear for the unknown when you step on a party boat. There's no going back to the truck to get a change of clothes, so you might as well bring it with you.
Okay there, boys and girls, well, let them go. We got about 37 feet of water. Okay, another drift. Bait them up good, catch them up. We're on the meat. We're on the meat. You are drifting, okay? You're gonna feel the sinker dragging on the gravel. It's all gravel here, okay? So don't keep setting the hook. You just wash the bait off your hook, you know? Wait for the bite. You gotta kind of tell the difference between bottom and a bite. They both start with B, but they're two different things.
Oh, look at that porgy. Look at that one. That is a dinner plate porgy right there. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's what they call these guys. That's a big one. Look at the size of that guy. That's what you come on the Blackhawk II for, is hubcap porgies.
That's what we call a Porgosaurus right there.
Yeah.
Porgosaurus.
They got these pins on the top that you got to be careful for, and also on the bottom, little spikes they'll get you. And they got these huge pectoral fins, as you can see. As I get pricked, as you can see on the sides, look at those things. That's a big pectoral fin for such a small fish. They're beautiful. They got that iridescent turquoise in them, a little purple on their head. And I'm gonna bleed this one and little pop of the gills. In my ice slurry, back down to the bottom to do it again.
We have fun.
That's it, we gotta have fun.
Everybody having fun?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I can't hear you. Everybody having fun?
We're on the meat. I'm having a blast.
We're on the meat. We're on the meat.
We've seen porgies, sea bass, sea robin, fluke, chub mackerel, and a pair of triggerfish come over the rail.
Oh, I want one of those.
As we're heading into the final few drifts, I'm hoping for a triggerfish of my own, as they seem a heavy favorite for claiming the pool money.
Shark! We got a shark! Get the women and children out of the water! We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Time was running out for me to get my trigger, but the fast action continued. Drop down, get bit, set hook, reel in a keeper, bleed it, ice it, have a laugh with those sharing the very same experience all around you, and repeat.
One after another. Over the rail, in the pail. All right. As soon as you get down the bottom, you're getting nailed. It's nice. This is why this type of fishing makes it so kid-friendly, so beginner-friendly. You get out on a party boat that's going for porgies, you're guaranteed to have fast action. No one's getting bored. There's no big lulls in between bites. It's one after another. It's a really good way to learn. And it's just a ticket to getting kids their first experience, in some cases their first fishing experience or party boat experience, and it won't let you down. All right. Oh. Whoa, that's a porgy. That's a big one. That's a nice porgy right there. Oh, we caught a bunch of Scuposaurus, and that's a Scuposaurus. Yeah, rub some tussin on it, you'll be okay.
As Captain Greg heads for the wheelhouse to blow the 3 horns, signaling the end of the trip, the mates travel around the boat in search of the biggest catches to hang on the scales of justice. This determines who will take the pool. With my largest porgy already filleted, I find solace knowing it wasn't enough to be in the running, allowing me to enjoy the drama unfolding as merely a spectator.
Trigger by a barely. Looks like it. Oh, she won! She won! Nice! Hey. All right, I'll get one for my excellent job.
As the Blackhawk II heads to port, the mates clean fish, scrub the deck, and prepare for the next trip. The crew has more than delivered on their promise of family fishing fun. And as everyone leaves with fat bags of fillets, I see how important fish like porgies and boats like the Blackhawk II are to growing and solidifying the angling community. Captain Greg has unlocked the secret to creating new and passionate anglers by putting the focus on teaching and fun. It's a lesson that even the most seasoned fishermen need to brush up on now and again. And to do that, there's no better place than a party boat bound for the Porgy grounds.
Congratulations.
Thank you guys, thank you.
Hey Greg, thank you, Captain. That was a blast. I'll be back.